Hello and welcome back to today's video, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Fujifilm cameras that I use to shoot a wedding day. This is my Fujifilm setup that I use to film weddings. I have 3 cameras and a few lenses, and honestly most of the day I'm just using one camera. My main camera that I use to film a wedding day is my Fujifilm X-T4. On this camera I have the 16-55 2.8 lens. This is the version 1 lens, and there is a version 2 that I have tested out before, which is much lighter than this lens. But yeah, 80 to 90% of the wedding day I'm just using one camera, and I'm using this from prep all the way up to the dance floor in the evening. The reason I just stick to one camera throughout most of the day is just simply I just don't want to be changing out lenses throughout the wedding day. I just like to stick to just one camera and one lens. And being a zoom lens, it just means I can get straight into the action really quickly without having to kind of worry about like settings and changing my lenses to kind of fit the right situation. I can just use this. For the most of the day, I'm handheld as well. I do tend to have like a shotgun mic on top as well, just to kind of capture good audio. But yeah, this is my main setup for 80 to 90% of the wedding day. The other Fujifilm equipment that I take on a wedding day is I have another Fuji X-T4, which I'm currently filming this video on. I use this as my backup camera. When I'm filming ceremony and speeches, I tend to have multiple cameras set up. So I will use this other Fujifilm X-T4, and I tend to put the 16-80 f4 lens on that camera. This lens isn't the best in low light, but 90% of the situations this lens kind of does the job. I also have another camera, which is the Fujifilm X-T3. For ceremony I tend to have 3 cameras set up, so I have the 2 X-T4 at the front of the aisle, and then I usually have my X-T3 at the back of the aisle. And I'm usually just sticking the kit lens on that camera, and this is just like a backup just to get that shot of them at the back of the aisle. When it comes to the evening and everyone's on the dance floor, I have a new lens, which is the Viltrox 13mm f1.4, and I use this mostly just for the evening part of the day. I love that it's a 1.4, so it's great for using in the evening when you haven't got as much light, and being such a wide focal length, it means I can get straight into the action of the dance floor and capture a lot that's going on. And yeah, I recently bought this lens and I've just loved every minute of it. I don't carry a lot of equipment. I'm not swapping out loads of lenses. As I said, I use this camera and lens for the majority of the wedding day, and I'll switch out to my Viltrox when it gets to the evening part of the day. I shoot everything on my Fujifilm cameras, and I know majority of wedding videographers are using Sony or Canon or Lumix cameras, and they are full frame cameras, whereas the Sonys are APS-C. This has some negatives and some positives. The negatives is that these cameras aren't the best in low light. They don't have a wide range of lenses like the other camera brands do, but I just love the look of the Fujifilm cameras. I love the kind of retro look with the dials, and being an APS-C camera is they are smaller and lighter, which for me, being handheld for the majority of the day, it is great to use. But I'm always curious to see what you use on a wedding day. If you're a Fujifilm shooter, let me know down in the comments below what lenses you are using and what cameras you're using. It's always hard to not try and buy loads of equipment, and I tend to just stick to these cameras and lenses. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this short video of me just running through my camera gear on a wedding day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.